everyone, and welcome back to our channel. Today, we're diving into a topic that is incredibly useful for improving communication skills: accent reduction. Whether you're a non-native English speaker or just looking to refine your speech, these techniques will help you improve your pronunciation. Let's jump right in. Hi everyone, I'm teacher Andre from ChrisAmericas.com, where we help you level up to show the world the best version of yourself. Clear communication isn't just about being understood, it's about making meaningful connections and expressing yourself with confidence. Research shows that individuals with clear speech are often perceived as more competent and trustworthy in professional and social settings. So whether you're aiming for career advancement, smoother social interactions, or simply a newfound sense of self-assurance, mastering these techniques can open doors you never knew existed. Are you ready to unlock your full potential? Technique 1. Phonetic drills. Break down words into their individual sounds and practice each sound separately. Example, if you struggle with a TH pronunciation, practice words like think and thanks slowly, focusing on getting the sound just right. Let's take a look at a few more common difficult sounds to pronounce in English. The R sound. Many languages don't have the same R sound as in English, which can lead to difficulties. Words like red and rabbit can especially be challenging. L sounds. Similar to the R sound, the English L may not exist in most languages. Words like light and apple pose difficulties. Vowel sounds. English has a wide range of vowel sounds that can vary significantly from one language to another. Sounds like E in C, a double O as in book, and the A in cat and hat might appear tricky for some learners. Consonant clusters. English often has consonant clusters, where consonant sounds are often grouped together, such as in words like strength and 12. These words can be challenging to pronounce smoothly. When practicing phonetic drills, it's not only beneficial to focus on individual sounds, but also on a combination of sounds. What I would recommend for practicing: record yourself on an audio device where you read a passage or dialogue in English. Find a video or an audio clip of a native speaker reading the same passage. Listen to both recordings and pay attention to pronunciation, intonation, and rhythm. Take note of specific sounds or words where your pronunciation differs from those of the native speakers. Practice those sounds or words individually, focusing on mimicking the native speaker's pronunciation. Use online resources like pronunciation apps for targeted practice. Download pronunciation apps that offer interactive exercises and feedback. Select exercises that target specific sounds or words that you are having difficulty with. Practice regularly using the app and following the guidance provided. Take advantage of features like audio playback and visual representations of sounds to aid your practice. Track your progress over time and revisit exercises as needed to continue improving. Repeat different sounds in different contexts to strengthen your muscle memory. Identify sounds or words that you find difficult to pronounce accurately. Create a sentence or a short phrase containing those sounds or words. Practice saying the sentences or phrases aloud multiple times, focusing on articulating the difficult sounds clearly. Experiment with different contexts, such as changing the emphasis or tone of your sentence to challenge yourself. Incorporate the sentences or phrases into everyday conversations. Technique 2. Word stress and intonation. Pay attention to which syllables are stressed in English words and practice on emphasizing them. Intonation, or the rise and fall of your voice, also plays a crucial role in conveying meaning. Understanding word stress helps convey meaning and differentiate between words that are spelled the same, but they have different meanings. Example: record with a stress on the second syllable means to capture something like on a video or audio device. whereas record, with the stress on the first syllable, we use it as a noun, meaning a historical account or a physical object. And record, also the stress on the first syllable, this can mean exceptional or unprecedented. Intonation, on the other hand, communicates the speaker's attitude or intention in a sentence, whether it's a question, statement, or expressing surprise. Example, are you going to the party? Rising intonation on going and party indicates a question. You're going to the party? Falling intonation indicates a statement. You're going to the party? Rising intonation indicates surprise. Practicing both word stress and intonation will greatly improve your clarity and give a natural sense to spoken English. A few recommendations to practice your word stress and intonation. Listen to native speakers and mimic their voice patterns. Practice tongue twisters to improve your diction and rhythm. Work with a language partner or coach. Technique 3. Mouth exercises. For my first recommendation of practice, you'll need a mirror. Position yourself in front of a mirror so that you can see your mouth clearly. Pay close attention to how your mouth, lips, and jaw moves when you pronounce different sounds. Focus on mimicking the mouth positions of native speakers for specific sounds that you find challenging. Use the mirror to correct any mispronunciations or inconsistencies in your mouth movements. By visually monitoring your articulation, you can refine your pronunciation and improve clarity over time. Incorporate tongue twisters and lip thrills to your daily routine. Tongue twisters are phrases or sentences that contain repetitive or challenging combinations of sounds. Practice tongue twisters slowly at first, focusing on enunciating each sound clearly. Gradually increase your speed as you become more comfortable with the sequence of sounds. Example, she sells seashells on the seashore. Lip thrills involves vibrating your lips while producing sounds, which help to loosen and strengthen the muscles included in pronunciation. Practice exaggerated mouth movements to enhance articulation. Experiment with exaggerating the movement of your lips, tongue, and jaw while practicing certain sounds. Start by overemphasizing the shape of your mouth for each sound, even if it feels unnatural at first. Focus on opening your mouth wide and exaggerating lip movements to produce clear and distinct sounds. Gradually reduce the exaggeration as you become more comfortable with the correct articulation. By practicing exaggerated mouth movements, you train your muscles to articulate sounds more precisely. Technique 4. Shadowing. If you don't get it perfect the first time, just keep practicing. Use headphones to really focus on the audio and record yourself as you repeat what you hear. Then compare your pronunciation to the native speakers. When you notice any differences, that's your cue to keep practicing those tricky sounds and patterns until you get them. Try to make shadowing a regular part of your routine. Start with short recordings and gradually increase the length as you improve. Focus on not just mimicking the words and phrases, but also the intonation and rhythm. Record yourself and compare your version to the original for self-assessment. Technique 5. Contextual learning. Practice speaking in different scenarios, such as ordering food or making phone calls, to become more comfortable with using your new pronunciation skills in real-life situations. A few recommendations for practice. Role-play common social interactions to stimulate real-world communication. Identify common social scenarios, such as making small talk with a stranger or asking for directions. Practice these scenarios with a language partner or by yourself, taking on different roles and speaking aloud as if you were in the situation. Focus not only on the words you would say, but also on body language and facial expressions to convey your meaning effectively. Challenge yourself by incorporating vocabulary and phrases relevant to each scenario and try to respond naturally to different communication cues. Reflect on your performance afterwards. Notice areas where you felt confident and areas where you struggled, and use this feedback to improve your communication skills. Another practice tip: seek out opportunities to engage in conversations with native English speakers. Look for opportunities to communicate with native English speakers in your community or even online. Strike up conversations with native speakers at work, school, or in everyday situations like waiting in line or taking public transportation. Don't be afraid to initiate conversations or to ask questions. Most people are happy to help English learners to improve their skills. Be an active listener during these interactions, paying attention how native speakers express themselves and adapting your language accordingly. Lastly, join language exchange groups or conversation clubs to practice in a supportive environment. Look for local language exchange clubs or conversation groups in your area, or join online communities dedicated to language learning. These groups often provide structured opportunities for members to practice speaking with native speakers and receive feedback from fellow learners. Participate in group discussions, role-playing activities, or language games designed to improve language skills in a supportive and non-judgmental environment. Build relationships with other members and make use of the support and encouragement that comes from practicing together regularly. And there you have it, 5 techniques for accent reduction with actionable recommendations for each one. Remember, improving your pronunciation takes time and dedication, but with consistent practice, you'll be well on your way to achieving greater clarity and fluency. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share for more language learning tips. If you want to learn more, go to our website at chrisamericas.com.